Good evening, Wizards Nation. Actually, is there such thing as a good evening here in the DMV? Dude, Wizards suck, Commanders suck, apparently the Capitals suck, DC United suck. What's going on? We should start saying hell evening to each other. Hell evening to you. It's more accurate. I'm still recovering from the fact that we lost to the Pistons. We were up by 5 points with 14 seconds left, and we blow it. Great Depression hoops. Say it with me. Great Depression hoops. Currently in a 9-game losing streak. Dude, let me just read you guys a stat. This stat will encapsulate this entire season for us, all right? As of right now, we, the Wizards, currently rank 28th in the league in offensive team rating. We rank 29th in the league in defensive team rating. We rank dead last in the league in net rating. Pace, for some reason, we're freaking third. We have lost, when this article came out, 8 straight games with an average margin of defeat of 28.8 points per game. An abysmal season. I want to fire Coach Keefe. I feel like we all do. But before I get to that, because I don't want to sound overly negative, I'm still very high on this team's future. On the team's present, But I like a lot of these young players on this roster. I think we have a great GM in Will Dawkins. We have great future assets coming in. Like, it's looking up. It's looking up. That's the main reason why I'm making these videos. It's because it's looking up, honestly. But as of right now, we have to hold somebody accountable right now for this abysmal play. And that's what Coach Keefe comes into play. So, Wizards fan wants to fire Coach Keefe like yesterday. Some of y'all wanted to fire him in Detroit. I think the real question for us, because Coach Keefe is not going to be here next year. We know this. He's not. The question now is, when do you let Coach Keefe go? Do you fire him at the end of the season? Do you fire him in the midst of the season? And if so, when during the season do you fire him? I feel like that's the question that we're all thinking about right now. But yeah, man, I'm going to tackle that question in this video. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. Before I continue, like I said, I'm really high on this team's future. Which is the main reason why I'm freaking watching these games, dude. You know what I mean? I'm not paying $20 a month. I'll tell you that much. But I'm making these videos. I am. So I don't want to sound overly negative. But let me read you guys a couple more stats, actually. These stats right now, man. At the time of this article, over the 8-game losing streak, the Wizards have committed 57 more turnovers than their opponents. There have been 8 games this season where a team has committed at least 10 more turnovers than its opponent, and the Wizards are responsible for 3 of the 8. I feel like some of this can be attributed, obviously, to a young team. We are actually, statistically, the youngest team in the entire league. So, I'm not trying to defend Coach Keefe, but, it is what it is, Also, we currently ranked in the bottom 3 on both ends of the floor, like I said earlier, and have been outscored by opponents by 169 points. Tied for the 4th worst point differential through 10 games in NBA history. We're ass. That's just how it is. Let's just be honest. We know this already. So, Coach Keefe was hired to be fired. Let us not forget that. He knows that. If he's an honest man, he knows that. So, I can't be, you know what I mean? If you're hired to be a tank commander and he's actually doing it, okay. But here's my fireball offense. Coach Keefe right now is not maximizing these players' potential or this players' abilities. And as a coach, that's your number one duty. And I feel like that's the main reason why Wizards Nation wants to fire him. All right? But here's my fireball offense. Even when you're giving a rebuilding team with young players, there's one thing you do not do, is you stunt or hinder the development of a young buck. And with Coach Keefe's rotations, which We could talk about the lackluster defensive performance this entire season, not even non-existent defensive identity, just everything about this team regarding coaching. My biggest thing right now with him is the rotations. Completely just inconsistent. How is somebody supposed to grow if you're getting inconsistent minutes on a nightly basis? I don't get it. Why is Bub Carrington playing more minutes than freaking Trey Johnson? I want to see Will Riley get some minutes. So with that in mind, here's my Trey Johnson stat, all right? The Wizards, this was written like a couple weeks ago. No, this was written 10 days ago, sorry. Bilal Coulibaly, Keyshawn George, Chris Middleton, all missing games last week. Rookie Trey Johnson got his first 2 starts. He scored 19 points against the Cavs on Friday. And the Wizards' offense has been at its best with 108.6 points scored per 100 possessions with Johnson on the floor. If Johnson's that effective when he's on the floor, why isn't he playing 30-plus minutes? Rotations. If you are stunting the player of a young buck on a rebuilding team, that's a fireable offense. That's just the way I see it, dude. And I feel like maybe I might be overreacting to that, perhaps. But anyways, let's look at Walt Dawkins' history. Walt Dawkins fired Wes Unseld Jr. He fired Wes Unseld Jr. January 2024 after we started 7-36. He waited until January to fire him. And he didn't even fire him. He actually delegated him to another position in the league. I think it's more because of his last name, Unseld Jr. But it is what it is. He waited until January. We are 1-10. We're in November. Are we? Yeah, we're in November. So, going back to the main question, when do you let go of Coach Keefe? That's the money question. I feel like it's based off your criteria. My main criteria is if you stunt or hinder the development of my young bucks, you've got to go. You've got to go, even in a team or in a season where you're supposed to lose and you're still doing it. You got to go. One thing that I keep thinking about is, okay, let's say we fire him. Let's say we fire him in December. Who's to say that the coach that gets promoted actually makes this team play better? By playing better, we win. By playing better, we win. Our lottery odds get smaller. Because right now, we have the best lottery odds in the league. We have the worst record in the entire league. That's one thing that keeps going in my head. There's a chance that happens. It actually happened with Coach Keefe when he took over for Wes Unseld Jr. Remember, Jordan Poole started playing much better under Coach Keefe than he was with Wes Unseld Jr. So that's actually a possibility. But what you got to go on the opposite end of the spectrum with, in my opinion, is what if these principles that Coach Keefe, as the head coach, is not installing in these young bucks at a crucial stage of their development regarding a defensive identity, regarding how you play this game, regarding how you approach this game. You can see right now we've had the most undisciplined team in the entire league. I'm putting all that on coaching. So you weigh, are you willing to possibly sacrifice your lottery odds? I don't know. That's actually a maybe. It's a maybe. Or, the overall principles not being installed, I feel like you got to meet in the middle regarding those two. Because again, it's not a season where we came in with high expectations and we didn't meet the expectations. No, you can't fire somebody for doing that. Like Tank Commander, like Coach Keefe. We came in with low expectations and we're not even meeting our low expectations. I predicted 23 dubs for us. I don't see 23 dubs in this team right now. I feel like I'm going in circles. So I keep writing my notes. Meet the right balance. I'm only bringing it out to you guys because I want you guys to answer this. This is more of a question video. You know what I mean? But my prediction, I don't want to be a coward and back out of this video with our prediction. If we have a similar record as the one that Wes Unseld Jr. did, He was fired when he had 7 wins and 36 losses. If we have a similar record at the trade deadline, he will fire him at the trade deadline, February. That's my prediction. As a matter of fact, actually, no, there is no matter of fact. It's just as simple as that. I think to me, firing a tank commander is insane. Firing a dude, not insane like the actual doing of it. I mean, how bad do you have to be fired earlier than you were expected to be fired? You know what I mean? That's insane. So, I don't know, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I right now, if I'm a betting man, and I'm not because I have an addictive personality, I think he's going to be let go around trade deadline, but only if we are 7-37, like Wentz Jr. was. I think that will be happening. Honestly, I don't see him getting fired in November or December, possibly even January for that matter. But the only thing I feel like that will get him fired is if we go on a historic losing streak. Knock on wood. That's all. I'm just, that will get him fired before the trade deadline. Because with the way things are looking right now, I think it's trade deadline. I even though I am team fire Coach Keefe, I think it won't happen before then. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Put your predictions in the chat. I'll see you on the next video. I think next video will be more positive. But yeah, man, take care, everybody. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Till next video. Peace, y'all.